Let me ask you something real. What if I told you that just 1 hour a day, just 60 minutes could completely change the course of your life? Would you believe it? Most people won't. They've been trained to think that transformation requires miracles, luck, or endless hustle. But the truth is simpler and far more powerful. It starts with 1 hour, not a year, not a decade. Just one intentional, disciplined hour each day. 1 hour where you invest in yourself instead of watching others live the life you dream about. See, most people are busy. They scroll, they rush, they repeat, but they don't stop. They don't think. And because they don't think, they don't change. But you, if you're still listening, you're different. You're searching. You're ready. And today we're going to talk about how that one focused hour can reshape your habits, your income, your health, your relationships, even your legacy. Daily motivation isn't about random bursts of energy. It's about the decision you make every single day to show up, to grow, to become something greater. This video is your wake-up call. No more waiting for a miracle. No more blaming the clock. Your future is already waiting, and it starts with the next 60 minutes. Stay with me because over the next few minutes, I'll show you how to take back your time, your focus, and your life. And I want you to comment below right now. Are you ready to claim your 1 hour? Let's build it together, starting today. The power of 1 hour, redefining success. What if everything you've ever dreamed of, the career you want, the body you admire, the relationships you crave, the freedom you long for was just 1 hour a day away? Most people would laugh at that idea. They think success demands 20-hour days, superhuman genetics, or the kind of luck you read about in fairy tales. But that belief is a lie. And the longer you believe it, the longer you stay stuck. The truth is powerful. Success doesn't require everything you have. It doesn't demand that you sacrifice your family, your sanity, or your soul. It demands one thing first, one focused, consistent hour each day. An hour where you are not reacting to the world, but intentionally building your own. This is where real transformation begins. 1 hour of discipline is worth infinitely more than 24 hours of random busyness. Most people misunderstand busy for productive. They rush from task to task, drown in notifications, sprint through their days, but go nowhere. It's a hamster wheel, not a highway. They feel exhausted, but they don't feel accomplished. They feel overwhelmed, but not overjoyed. And they wonder why nothing changes, but you right now have the chance to step off that wheel 1 hour at a time. Daily motivation isn't about hype. It's not about waking up every morning with fireworks in your chest. It's about the small, steady decision to carve out time that belongs to you and your future. It's the willingness to say, while others waste this hour, I will invest it. You don't need 10 new habits overnight. You need one sacred commitment. This hour is mine. Imagine what one dedicated hour a day looks like stacked over a year. That's over 300 hours more than 7 full-time work weeks spent intentionally building your dreams. Most people will spend those 300 hours scrolling, worrying, reacting. You'll be transforming. Quietly, relentlessly, brick by brick. And one day people will look at you and call it overnight success. But you'll know the truth. You built it 1 hour at a time. Here's the simple math they never teach you in school. 1 hour a day equals 7 hours a week. 7 hours a week equals 30 hours a month. 30 hours a month equals 365 hours a year. 365 hours a year equals a different you. Not because you did something dramatic once, but because you did something intentional daily. That's the power of consistent discipline. That's the reality behind every real transformation story you've ever admired. So let's be brutally honest. The only thing standing between you and the life you want isn't time, talent, or luck. It's whether you will claim this 1 hour or not. It's whether you will keep promising yourself someday, or finally say, today. Right now, before we go any further, I want you to commit. What will you do with your 1 hour starting tomorrow? Will you write? Will you build? Will you learn? Will you move your body? Will you finally prioritize your dream instead of your distractions? Comment below and tell me, what will your 1-hour transformation look like? Because once you claim that hour fiercely, consistently, everything else begins to shift. Your habits, your mindset, your energy, your results. One decision, 1 hour, every single day. And that's how you don't just dream about a new life, you build it. Take back your first hour. Own your morning. How you start your day is how you live your life. Most people don't realize it, but the first hour after you wake up sets the emotional tone, the mental framework, and the energetic pace for everything that follows. If you stumble into your day checking emails, scrolling through bad news, reacting to someone else's agenda, you are handing over control of your life before you've even taken your first full breath. You're not living intentionally, you're living reactively. And the tragedy is, most people will do this every day without even thinking twice. But today, you're being given a choice to take back the first hour to reclaim your mind, your spirit, your future. This hour isn't just about avoiding distractions. It's about setting your own foundation before the world can shape it for you. When you first wake up, your mind is wide open. It's not yet armored by stress, by noise, by the demands of the day. This is your most powerful window to program your thinking, focus your intentions, and build your resilience. And yet, what do most people do? They reach for the phone. They read someone else's drama, someone else's crisis, someone else's highlight reel. They absorb chaos before they've even had a chance to define their own peace, but not you. Not anymore. The moment you open your eyes, the day belongs to you. That first hour belongs to you. It's sacred. It's strategic. And if you use it right, it becomes the launch pad for everything you want to achieve. Taking back your first hour doesn't mean adding pressure. It means adding power. Imagine starting your day with clarity instead of confusion. Imagine setting your priorities before the world sets them for you. Imagine feeding your mind with wisdom instead of noise. Just a few simple rituals. Reading 10 pages of a powerful book. Journaling 3 things you're grateful for. Setting your top 3 priorities. Moving your body. Breathing deeply. Visualizing the person you want to become. And suddenly, you are not at the mercy of the day. You are leading the day. You are shaping it. You are owning it. Now I know what the excuses sound like. I'm not a morning person. I'm too tired. I'll start tomorrow. But listen carefully. Success doesn't care how you feel. Discipline doesn't ask for permission. The winners of this world don't bounce out of bed feeling perfect. They build the habit. They create the ritual. They protect that first hour like it's the foundation of their destiny, because it is. You don't have to love waking up early. You have to love what waking up early builds inside you. Strength, clarity, momentum. And that's far more important than a few extra minutes of sleep. So here's your challenge. Starting tomorrow. Take back the first hour. Get up a little earlier. Not because it's trendy, but because it's transformational. Before you touch the world, touch your dreams. Before you answer to anyone else, answer to your future. Guard that first hour like it's gold, because it is. It's the edge that separates the people who drift through life from the ones who design it. It's the quiet decision that no one else sees, but that everyone else will one day admire when they see what you've built. And now I want to hear from you. What's the first thing you will do in your new first hour tomorrow morning? Comment below and commit publicly. Let's build this new standard together, because once you master the first hour, you start mastering your entire life. Guard your hour. Build unbreakable discipline. Taking back your first hour is a powerful step, but it's not enough to simply claim it. You must protect it like your future depends on it. Because it does. Discipline isn't built when life is easy. Discipline is forged when distractions come knocking and you refuse to open the door. Understand this. The world is not neutral. Every notification, every request, every little, "Hey, can you just," is a silent thief coming for your hour. They don't mean to steal it maliciously. They're just living their lives, not realizing that your dreams hang in the balance. And if you don't set the boundary, If you don't defend the hour, they will take it piece by piece until nothing remains but regret. You have to treat your hour as sacred, non-negotiable. This isn't free time. This isn't leftover time. This is your time. It is the soil where you plant the seeds of the life you want to live. And once you understand how rare and precious that soil is, you guard it fiercely. No phone calls, no emails, no scrolling, no casual conversations. Not because you're rude, but because you're serious. You are serious about your future. You are serious about building something that matters. And seriousness demands sacrifice. There will be days when it's tempting to let it slide. Days when you tell yourself, it's just one text, or I'll just check for 5 minutes. But make no mistake, those small compromises add up. They chip away at your discipline. They water down your momentum. They weaken your resolve. Remember, you're not just fighting to protect an hour. You're fighting to protect your identity, the version of you that shows up consistently, powerfully, unshakably. Discipline is a muscle. Every time you honor your boundary, it grows stronger. Every time you let it slip, it grows weaker. Think about the builders, the farmers, the creators. They don't treat their tools or their soil casually. They sharpen, they tend, they protect because they know their entire harvest depends on it. Your hour is the same. Treat it with that same reverence. Label it, schedule it, defend it. Let everyone around you know this hour is mine. Train them with kindness, with consistency to respect it. Because when you value your time, the world starts to value you differently. And here's the real payoff: when you fiercely protect that 1 hour a day, you start to feel unstoppable. You stop feeling pulled in 100 directions. You stop living at the mercy of everyone else's needs. You move through your day anchored, focused, fueled by the quiet pride of knowing you did the most important thing first. That feeling, that unshakable foundation bleeds into everything else. Your work, your relationships, your health, your confidence. So I challenge you right now. What boundary will you set to guard your hour starting tomorrow? Comment below and commit publicly. Let's build discipline together, one protected hour at a time. Because the truth is simple. If you don't guard your hour, you give away your future. But if you defend it fiercely and without apology, there is nothing you cannot build. Action over knowledge. Learn. Apply, reflect. Learning is powerful, but learning alone is not enough. The world is full of people who know what to do but never do it. Knowledge without action is just information. It sits there gathering dust while dreams rot and confidence fades. True growth doesn't come from what you know. It comes from what you practice. And this is where most people get stuck. They read the books, they listen to the podcasts, they nod along to the motivational videos. But when the hour comes, the hour that matters, they hesitate. They stay in the comfort zone of theory instead of stepping into the battlefield of action. Here's the brutal truth: you don't get better by thinking about it. You don't get stronger by wishing for it. You only get better by doing messy, imperfect, courageous doing. 1 hour of practice beats 10 hours of theory every single time. Because practice births skill, and skill births confidence. No one becomes a great speaker by reading about speaking. No one becomes fit by studying workout routines. No one builds a business by brainstorming endlessly. You have to move. You have to stumble. You have to sweat. And yes, it will be awkward at first. Your words will fumble. Your first attempts will be clumsy. Your results may be invisible. But understand, this perfection is not the goal. Progress is repetition, is mastery, is hidden inside messy beginnings. Every expert you admire was once a beginner who dared to start even when they looked foolish. They understood that confidence doesn't come before action. Confidence is the byproduct of action, stacked hour after hour, mistake after mistake, lesson after lesson. This is why your hour each day must not only be for learning, it must be for applying. Read the book, yes, but then act on the lesson. Watch the tutorial, sure, but then build something. Listen to the advice, absolutely, but then move your feet. Turn every new piece of knowledge into a task, into a real-world experiment, into a visible mark of forward motion. And after you act, you reflect. This is where the deepest growth happens. Most people rush from one task to the next without ever asking, how did I do? What worked? What can I improve? Reflection transforms experience into wisdom. Without reflection, you're just busy. With reflection, you're evolving. Here's a simple, powerful habit at the end of every growth hour. Take 5 minutes to write down 3 things: what you learned, what you applied, and what you will adjust tomorrow. That small habit compounds into massive awareness over time. You'll stop repeating mistakes. You'll start accelerating progress. You'll build a kind of quiet inner confidence that no setback can steal. Because here's the real win when you practice daily and reflect honestly. You stop doubting if you'll succeed. You start trusting that it's inevitable. Success is no longer a question of if. It becomes a matter of when. So now I ask you, what is one small action you can take today based on something you've learned recently? Comment below and share it. Don't just consume this video. Act, build, reflect, grow. Because knowledge without action is entertainment, but knowledge put into motion is transformation. Stack your hours, stack your future. Success isn't built in a single moment. It's built hour by hour in the quiet spaces where no one is watching and no applause is given. It's easy to dream about a better life. It's easy to set big goals, but the ones who actually transform their lives aren't the ones with the biggest dreams. They're the ones who stack their hours, one disciplined hour at a time, one focused decision at a time, one act of courage at a time. Because when you commit to stacking the hours, you commit to stacking your future. Most people underestimate the power of small daily actions. They believe change must be dramatic to be real. They think success happens through massive, life-altering moments. But the truth is much quieter and far more powerful. Success is invisible at first. It's born in the unnoticed, unglamorous decision to show up when you could have made an excuse. It's built in the ordinary moments that no one else sees, but that shape everything that comes after. 1 hour a day may seem small. It may seem like it barely matters, but that's the mistake. 1 hour a day becomes 7 hours a week. 7 hours a week becomes 30 hours a month. 30 hours a month becomes 365 hours a year, and 365 hours a year becomes a future completely unrecognizable from the one you are living right now. Stack enough focused hours and you build new skills. Stack enough focused hours and you build new habits. Stack enough focused hours and you build a new version of yourself, stronger, smarter, sharper, more capable than you ever thought possible. And here's the thing, most people never realize. Stacked hours don't just build results. They build momentum. They create an unstoppable internal force. When you show up daily, even for a single focused hour, you start to believe in yourself again. You start to see yourself as someone who follows through, someone who doesn't quit, someone who creates change instead of waiting for it. That shift in identity is the real prize. Because once you believe in your consistency, once you trust your discipline, the possibilities become endless. Of course, there will be days you don't feel like it, days when the world pulls at you, days when you want to skip your hour. And that's exactly why this commitment matters. Growth doesn't happen when it's easy. It happens when it's hard, and you show up anyway. Every hour you protect, every hour you stack is a silent revolution against the version of you that used to settle for less. So here's your call to action. Decide today what your hour will be used for. Will it be learning a new skill? Will it be strengthening your body, building your business, deepening your relationships? Whatever it is, claim it, own it, defend it. Because 1 year from now, your life will be the result of the hours you stacked or the ones you gave away. And right now, I want you to commit publicly. Comment below and tell me, what will you start stacking today? Your future isn't waiting for the perfect moment. Your future is being built right now. 1 hour, 1 action, 1 commitment at a time. Stack your hours, stack your growth, stack your future. And when the world finally notices the success you've created, you'll know exactly how it happened. Not by luck, not by chance, but by the quiet, powerful choice you made to show up daily and build. The future you dream about isn't built in grand gestures or rare bursts of luck. It's shaped by what you choose to do quietly and consistently every single day. 1 hour of discipline. 1 hour of focus. 1 hour of building, learning, and growing. That's the real foundation of lasting success. That's the power of daily motivation. Not random flashes of energy, but a steady fire you fuel every day with your choices. Today, you learn that your life can change, not someday, but starting right now. Stack your hours, guard your mornings, act on what you learn, reflect and refine. Because daily motivation isn't about feeling good for a moment. It's about becoming unstoppable over a lifetime. If you're ready to step into the life you were meant to build,